Okay, great. We're live. Fantastic. Okay, great. We're live. Fantastic. All right, everybody. It's Friday, the 17th of January, and I'm here with my co-creator for the Shiva Ratri course, which we're going to be having in the month of February. And we're here to just talk with you about um, our free Q&A um, stream that we're going to be doing live on Saturday,
Tomorrow.
tomorrow, 18th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Here is Kausuke, Cecilia,
Hi,
Trey,
everybody.
welcome. And thanks for
Everybody.
welcome. Great. So, okay, Kowski, this is the first time people are just seeing both of us together here. So I wanted to just kind of reach out and introduce you to everybody. Why don't you tell a little bit about yourself because you're going to be co-teaching this course together on Shivaratri. Why don't you let everyone know who you are and how what an amazing meditator you are and how long you've been doing it. And let's talk a little bit about what to expect for the course tomorrow and the 3-week course that coming up for Shivaratri.
Well, hello, everybody. It's really exciting to be able to co-chair this class that's coming up for our Shivaratri 2025, which is February 26th this year. So a little bit about myself. I'm a registered nurse, and I have been meditating, my goodness, for a long time. Um, with the official practice since like 2000, so quite a while. I've been doing a lot of study for a lot of years. Met Swami Kaleshwar 2009. And so through a lot of study and a lot of travel to India, and ever since Paul and we started doing classes back in 2013 at the temple in Los Angeles. And so it's progressed and evolved over time and has become a very powerful class experience. And so I really encourage everybody to join us. You can get your answers to some questions tomorrow. We're going to go over some of the highlights of what we'll be covering for 3 weeks. And then so you can kind of get an idea. This is a meditation process that includes mantras and a powerful power object that we'll be giving out to help to facilitate your experience. Because Swami always said it's, you just don't know anything till you actually have an experience. And so when we come together as a group, it exponentiates the energy and helps to lift all of us. So everybody coming together really helps each other energetically. So it's very powerful. It'll be some knowledge about who is this character Shiva and why do we want to connect with him. He's really a powerful force, energy, character that helps with your meditation process. He is a primordial guru. He's where all of the lineages go back to. And with him, you using his mantras and his bijas. Bijas are seed vibrations of the nature. By using these that all connect back to Shiva, it's going back into a very deep silence, to where in that silence is where you find love, unconditional love, not love like the human kind of love, but unconditional, all-pervading love that is in all of creation. You also find answers to a lot of your questions, because that is also where the Akashic records are. It's also where you can get some ideas for, when you go into a deep meditation and you have a particular question or intent to ask for clarification. When you go into a deep meditation, a lot of times you'll get answers to what you're seeking. And so that is the power of meditation. That's the power of using mantras to get you into that deep state of silence and peace. So we'll be covering a lot about Shiva Ratri, Shiva as that energy and his importance to why we want to connect with him.
Right. So it's not just about meditating and just going into the bliss, although it is blissful, but it's about learning how to be a co-creator and where that comes from. You talked about the Akashic records. It's about accessing the knowledge, the universal consciousness, the Brahma consciousness, the source of inspiration, the source of, how do you balance your life? It's how do you balance the negativity? How do you balance the positivity? How do you tap into that power? How do you tap into that love? And when you have these obstacles, how do you remove the obstacles? Because I'm sure we've talked about this, how it impacts your life and how it really helped to shift your awareness. You want to talk a little bit about how your meditation has changed over the years so that people can visualize and to imagine, like, well, what does this have available to me? How is this going to be important in my life? I'm in the middle of chaos. I'm in the middle of, seriously, if you take a look at it,
Yes.
a lot of my clients that I'm dealing with right now are stressed out, fear, anxiety. And they're sending me text messages saying, what can I do in the hurricane of chaos? Literally, I know dozens of people who lost property and homes in the fires in the Palisades. And it's a big conversation because it brings up fear, brings up anxiety, brings up like, what do I do? How do I do it? Where's security in my life? When we know like the security is within. So tell us about that.
Security is within. So, in this creation that we have, the security isn't what we think it is. There's always going to be a constant shifting. So everything has a cycle. The creation, the bringing it in and creating, the maintaining, and the removal. Everything has a cycle. And so if we kind of take a look at life in that way, it helps to understand that we're always going through these periods of change. Now, how we deal with that and how we approach that is what's important. So, for instance, you asked me how has it changed over time for me. Before I started a formal meditation practice 25 years ago. Since before that, I was more reactive and more emotional in my response to life and what transpired and how I dealt with the ups and downs that come with life in whatever form that is, work, family, relationships, whatever it is. So I used to stay awake a lot at night where I couldn't get back to sleep because my mental, I call it mental gymnastics, would just not stop. And so over time, since I've been meditating, I'm a lot more, I can step back. So it's kind of like becoming the observer to what's happening in life. So I can remove myself a step back and go, okay, what's going on here? I'm not saying I don't have anxiety. I'm not saying that there's times that I get concerns about the normal things that everybody does, money, health, whatever. But I'm not, it doesn't take me down into a depression or a place where I can't function. So as I've used these techniques, these mantras, there's a lot of mantras that, when I start feeling like in the middle of the night, my mental mind, I use the sky mantra to help calm myself down. And pretty soon, the next thing I know, I'm asleep. Or if I'm
Can you do me a
facing,
favor? Can you do me a favor? Can you repeat the sky mantra? Because I don't think anyone who's new to this path can understand. So I want to just pause for a second here and just give a taste. I mean, you're talking from direct experience. You're
Mhm.
talking from like, okay, like since I've been doing these mantras, it changed my life vibrationally from within.
Well, you can also use Om Namah Shivaya. Now, these mantras, they go to Shiva because what is Shiva? Shiva is love, is peace, is the silence. And so when you have these running thoughts, you can just go into meditation doing Om Namah Shivaya. And so in our class, we'll be giving out the sky mantra. So please attend our class.
Yep.
And we'll talk about different ways that you can use that mantra and why it's so powerful.
Right.
Um, there's other mantras, that I use um, for different circumstances. When I was in working in the operating room, I would send a lot of healing energy to the patient who was having surgery. If it was getting a little intense and things were not going the correct way, there were certain mantras I'd use to help try to dissipate any issues from happening. So it's what Swami gave us were tools. What he gave us were powerful tools to use in everyday living. And so Paul and I have been doing these classes for a while because we know how powerful his work is and what he brought to the planet for people to use in their everyday life. And so I really encourage everybody to take our class. If you're still curious, please join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I'm Eastern time, so that's going to be 1 o'clock Eastern. Join us. We'll touch a little bit on what we're going to be covering, the high points. And if you have any questions, you can ask them at that point. And please register. Register soon because we'll be giving out a special power object that you will be using for your process. So I encourage everybody to register soon so that we can get that to you in a timely manner.
Oh, that's great. Okay, great. Fantastic. All right, everybody. We don't want to make this very long. We're already 15 minutes long. We want to really appreciate a lot of people going to watch this. So I am going to post right after this live seminar is over the link in a PDF or a JPEG format on Zoom. And if you don't want to attend Zoom, it's okay. You can just join us on Facebook or YouTube. My channel is the Paul REA channel, whatever, wherever that shows up. And then you could just come and
How do
watch.
you spell your last name so they know?
Aryeh. But it's okay if people are watching this for the first time. You're on my Facebook channel. So
Right.
the main thing is just come and participate. Go beyond the fear. Just come and bring your questions. You can type the questions into the chat. It's really we're very interactive over here. All right.
Okay.
You gotta sign off. Thank you so much. Really appreciate
See you
it.
tomorrow.
Take care. See you guys tomorrow.